Good morning, children. In this video, I'm going to explain you the paragraphs of part 4 from Madam Rides the Bus and the message given by the writer. Children, I'm going to start part 4 of the chapter Madam Rides the Bus. Here, when Wali asked for the ticket, then conductor asked her, "Won't your mother be looking for you?" The conductor asked when he gave the girl her ticket. "No one will be looking for me," she said. Here the conductor was concerned about Wali. He asked her if her mother would be looking for her, as she was all alone. Wali replied by saying that no one was waiting on for her. In the next paragraph, the bus started, and again there were the same wonderful sights. Wally wasn't bored in the slightest and greeted everything with the same excitement. She would felt the first time, but suddenly she saw a young cow lying dead by the roadside, just where it had been struck by some fast moving vehicle. "Isn't that the same cow that ran in front of the bus on our trip to town?" she asked the conductor. The conductor nodded, and she was overcome with sadness. What had been a lovable, beautiful creature just a little while ago had now suddenly lost its charm and its life and looked so horrible, so frightening as it lay there, legs spread, a fixed stare, in its lifeless eyes blood all over. Spreading means spread out. Here on the return journey began, and Wally was just as excited as the first time. She was looking at the everything enthusiastically when she suddenly noticed a cow lying dead by the roadside. It must have been hit by a fast moving vehicle. Wally confirmed with the conductor that it was the same cow they had seen earlier. Her mood experienced a shift towards sadness. She wondered how a lovable and playful creature instantly transformed into a horrible and lifeless one. Next paragraph. The bus moved on. The memory of the dead cow haunted her, dampening her enthusiasm. She no longer wanted to look out the window. She sat thus glued to her seat until the bus reached her village at 3:40. A haunted means returned repeatedly to her mind was impossible to forget. She stood up and stretched herself. Then she turned to the conductor and said, "Well, sir, I hope to see you again." "Okay, madam," he answered, smiling. "Whenever you feel like a bus ride, come and join us. And don't forget to bring your fare." She laughed and jumped down from the bus. Then away she went, running straight for home. Here, Wali, she became sad. The sight of the dead cow robbed Wali of her enthusiasm, and thus she stopped looking out of the window. She sat silently on a seat until she reached home at around 3:40. While deboarding, she conveyed her intention of seeing the conductor again, to which the conductor replied in a sarcastic manner. He told her not to forget a fare the next time she intended to travel. Wali went home. When she entered her house, she found her mother awake and talking to one of Wali's aunts, the one from South Street. This aunt was a real chatterbox, never closing her mouth once she started talking. And where have you been? Said her aunt when Wali came in. She spoke very casually, not expecting the reply. So Wali just smiled, and her mother and aunt went on with their conversation. Now, when Wali returned home, she found her mother awake from her afternoon nap. And when she returned home, she saw that her mother was talking to one of her aunts who lived in the south street. The aunt spoke so much that Wali called her a real chatterbox. Chatterbox means one who talked too much. It was difficult to make her stop talking. She even asked Wali a question and, without giving her enough time to reply, resumed talking. Wali also took the benefit of the moment and avoided any conversation regarding where she had been. Yes, you're right, her mother said. So many things in our midst and in the world outside. How can we possibly know about everything? And even when we do know about something, we often can't understand it completely, can we? Oh, yes, breathed Wali. What? Asked her mother. What's that you say? Oh, said Wali, I was just agreeing with what you said about things happening without our knowledge. Next paragraph. Just a chit of a girl she is, said her aunt. And yet look how she pokes her nose. Pokes her nose means takes an interest in something that doesn't concern her into our conversation, just as though she was a grown lady. Wali smiled to herself. She didn't want them to understand her smile, but then there wasn't much chance of that, was there? Now, as she just had spoken in between, while her mother and aunt were conversing, her mother was heard talking about the endless possibilities in the world one was unaware about. And even if one knew, it was another thing to understand it. Wali affirmed to what her mother was saying, leaving both of them astonished. She then justified her reaction by mentioning that she was casually agreeing to what her mother was. Her aunt then referred to Wali as a nose poking child, means one who used to take interest in something that doesn't concern her, who acted like a grown up lady. But only Wali knew what she was referring to, because after all, no one knew about her bus journey. Here's the message of the story. Madam rides the bus. Amongst all the banter and light-hearted situations, the story gives us the serious and philosophical message about the mystery of life and death. It tells that life is beautiful while death is horrifying. The death of the cow makes the girl realize the transience of life and the inevitability of death. However, the story makes it clear that life never comes to a standstill. It goes on, endlessly and rhythmically. Children, I hope this chapter is clear to you and you all have enjoyed doing this chapter. If still there is any doubt regarding the chapter, you can consult me. Thank you. Have a nice day.